What is going on, guys? This is Daniel, and today I'll be bringing you my Washington Wizards observations so far this season, so let's get right into it. Let's begin with offense, and the Wizards are 5th in the league in pace, and it's been a big emphasis for them this year to push the tempo. And I support this because they get a ton of easy shots in transition. John Wall is the ideal point guard to push the pace, and here notice how both wings run the floor perfectly along the sideline and Garrett Temple finishes at the basket. I've noticed Temple in particular feasts when he can attack defenses before they are set and finish at the rim. And Gortat fits in this system too. He's a rim running center, and here he beats his man down the floor for an easy layup. Again, he runs the floor and gets a quick 2 in transition after sealing off his man. For the most part, the Wizards run solid set plays, so let's talk about a few of them. And here's one where Beal will set a pin down for Otto Porter, but then Porter will turn around and set a screen for Beal, who then gets a down screen from Gortat as well for the open 3. This is really good action, and the Clippers also run this play for JJ Redick, and here when the Wizards run it, it's for Gary Neal, who gets open and nails a 3. I do have 2 problems with this play though. First, the setup is predictable, so if a team scouts this, they can blow it up. And second, the Wizards don't have a great secondary option if the 3-point shot isn't open. Here it's simply an isolation for Neal, and he has to take a terrible shot. I like this play as well. The Wizards will walk it up, casually execute a dribble pitch on top, and then boom, before you know it, Gary Neal is receiving 3 screens along the baseline to get an open 3. This is simple but effective, a high post split where they get it to a big at the elbow and 2 wings will cut off of him, and here Kelly Oubre can drive off of it and draw a foul. And this time when the defense traps Beal getting the handoff, that simply frees up the rhythm 3 for John Wall. And this is an excellent hammer play, a bit of strong side action to occupy the defense, which sets up the hammer screen here for Porter to get a corner 3. And this is a nice baseline out of bounds play, a basic back screen for Gortat for an alley-oop. Now there are a few plays the Wizards run that I'm not a fan of. Here's one where they set 2 screens to get Gortat good post position, but he's not a great post player and there isn't good off-ball action, and he's left to take a tough shot. And this is the definition of a bad set play. They run a bunch of setup action that doesn't achieve anything or put pressure on the defense. It just takes time off the shot clock, and then when they finally get to their post up for Nene, he gets it with only 7 seconds on the shot clock. Once in a while, they'll run this at the end of a quarter, and I'm not a fan. They basically just have 2 wings crossing each other near the foul line to set up a pick and roll, which is pretty pointless, and here the offense stalls, and they can't even get a shot off. I get what they're trying to achieve by having the wings switch sides before a pick and roll. Maybe the defense will mess up a rotation, but it just doesn't work out that way, and here again they scramble to get a shot off. Moving on, and let's talk about Jared Dudley's passing because his court vision is excellent, and he has a really high basketball IQ. Here's a great example where he sees the Bucks will hedge a pick and roll, so when he gets it on the reverse, he knows Nene rolling to the basket will be open for a split second, so he fires a pass in there for the dunk. He's just so unselfish. Here he makes the extra pass, and then later on the possession he'll thread the needle again to Nene. His extra passes just highlight his team first mentality. But it's not just his passing, it's the little things, such as setting an alert flare screen in transition to free up Bradley Beal for a quick 3. Again, he'll set a flare screen in the flow of the offense, and here he gets the ball rolling, then he'll make a nice pass to Gary Neal, who drives and scores. Another thing that has stood out to me is Porter's cutting. He's very opportunistic off the ball, and he has a great feel for when to cut, and every game or so he'll get 2 easy points because of his cutting. Something else that caught my eye was that Oubre has had a tough time of executing plays. Here's one where he has to set a pin down as the first screen in a double stagger, but he doesn't, and this stalls out the offense. The Wizards run motion weak where Oubre will set a cross screen, but he has to wait for the ball reversal to be made. Instead, he tries to set the cross screen way too early, and the timing is completely off. Let's get to defense. Their defense has not nearly been as good as last season, and one area I've noticed they struggle in is help defense. They simply do not do a good job of rotating a second defender over on drives, and here on the pick and roll, no one bumps the roll man and they give up the lob. It's the little things such as flaws in their pick and roll coverage. They want to hedge here, but it doesn't make sense with Tristan Thompson, who's not a pick and pop guy. This allows Thompson to slip to the basket and get the ball back and draw a foul. Again, the defensive big man comes out too high, so when Thompson gets it on the roll, he has a 4-on-3 and nicely finds Shumpert for the open 3. But hey, Tristan Thompson loved it. And what this also does is make it easier for the ball handler to drive around the sagging big man, so here Bayless just goes right by Nene, which scrambles the defense, and the Bucks get an open corner 3. The Wizards often front the post, and what they'll do is bring a second defender over to prevent the pass over the top, but when they do this, the rotations have to be perfect, and here Thompson just simply gets the pass at the foul line, and Gortat cannot recover. It's okay to shadow the post player, but you can't overcommit, otherwise it just makes it too easy for the center you're helping off of. What I can say about Porter's defense is that he just makes plays. Here he fronts LeBron in the post and gets the steal. You see him again aggressively front the post, and this time he'll draw an offensive foul. And here, the Bucks will run a designed duck-in play for Jabari Parker, but Porter completely blows this up by using perfect technique to deny the post, and the offense stalls. He's very active, and here he deflects the lob pass. And this was a wow. LeBron will get it in transition, coming at him at full speed, and Porter slows him down and forces the turnover. Once again, terrific transition defense. And if I had to use one word to describe John Wall on defense, it would be everywhere. Here his man is simply cutting to the corner, but he reads the pass to the roll man and gets the steal. He's a gambler, but a productive gambler, and here he comes out of nowhere to deflect the pass. His motor and instincts allows him to rack up steals. And he's also good at the back tap. When his man gets in front of him, he'll simply poke the ball away, leading to turnovers. Guys, Nene is done. His defense is just abysmal. Here, when Jabari Parker drives to the basket, he just simply moves out of his way. Again, he lets Bayless just go right by him. Not exactly a defensive anchor. Well, there you have it. We'll see if the Wizards can stay healthy and try to make a push for the playoffs. I guess we'll see. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.